Hello, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch this video. I am truly honored that you're here. Today I am talking about frequently asked questions. So, our FAQs. The first question that I usually get is, do you work with cannabis and ayahuasca? No, I do not. I think that there are some great things that are happening in that world, but that's not what I do. Second, what does a session look like? Well, a session is usually about 90 minutes in office. There's a little bit that happens afterwards, but you're usually here for 90 minutes. And you come in and we talk for about an hour. I think first and foremost, it's really important to hear everyone's story. And so I just listen. And in that time, I'm able to glean a lot of information that will assist us later on with what plants we're going to use to help you. So we talk for about an hour or so, and then you get on the table, get plugged into some wonderful sound therapy, and you just relax for 30 minutes while I do energy work. You're done, I get the feedback from your body, and we kind of know what you need at that point. And so we'll talk about what supplements you may need, if there's any dietary changes that came up, lifestyle changes, anything like that that we want to talk about, as well as what mindfulness practices you might benefit from. Are there any herbal supplements that you are, that your body's really needing? Things like that. So then you'll leave the office. I'll take 30 minutes approximately, and I will create a custom formula for you out of the flower essences, out of the information, from the information that I gathered while we were speaking, as well as what I was able to gather from the table. Put it together, you have a custom formula. Can you do this from a distance? Yes, I can. Actually, we can do it through Zoom, and we can, or whatever, Skype, and we can do a lot of what I would do in the office that way. We can definitely get you going with some flower essences, and this is something to talk about one-on-one depending on what you're trying to address, but I can also do energy work from a distance. How quickly will I feel the effects? Well, kind of depends on what you're dealing with and what you mean by effects. So as a combination of modalities, they work really, really fast together. I'm constantly amazed at how fast they work. That said, it's a very subtle and gentle process, and so it's not usually immediate. If you're using flower essences for something like a panic attack or other like acute situation, you can get immediate assistance with specific formulas for those things. But generally, when we're trying to heal something, it's very subtle and each person is different. I would say that on average, it takes about 3 to 9 months to really feel, not that you won't start feeling change before that, but to really feel the fullness of the healing. So, if you're in my office every month, 2 years after you started, then I'm not doing my job right. I really believe for most people it can be 3 to 9 months. And then you're golden. Are flower essences the same as essential oils? No. I know that the word essence is in both of them, or sort of essential essence, but no, they're not close to the same thing actually. One is using the physical properties of the plant, and one is using the vibrational properties of the plant. Two very different things, both beautiful. The medicinal effects of the vibration, I feel, are as substantial. And I love oils, and I think they do great work. So for me to say that, in comparison it's substantial is really saying something. Okay, this one is a two-parter. I get asked, how come it costs so much? And how come it costs so little? And it's such a funny thing that both of those questions come in. cost. How did I come up with the cost? Typically, you would go and you would see up to 4 different practitioners for what it is that I do. So that may be anywhere from, I don't know how many hours that would be. It's a lot of your time. It felt really important to me to combine all of them together because they really work so beautifully together and accelerate the healing process. And so if you're asking why does it cost so much? Well, because we're doing multiple treatments. So if you go in and you pay $100 for pick one of one of the modalities of treatment, that makes perfect sense. And it's a little more than that because we're doing up to 4 different modalities in one session, as well as the custom formula that you get on top of that, and then follow-up and communication. I don't I don't say this is our session is up and I don't want to hear from you for the rest of the month until you come in again. I really like to hear if you have questions, if you have concerns, if something is moving and changing and you want to talk about it. I think that's wonderful. So that is the why so much. The why so little is because I feel like I just had to make it as accessible as I could while still, paying my bills. But I really want it to be accessible to as many people as possible. Can this be used for kids? Yes, please, yes. I had no intention initially of working with children. That was not ever in my realm of thought. But oh my goodness, it is so incredibly effective with them. And they're so responsive to the gentle medicines, the vibrational healing, the energetic healing, that they're able to move like that. It's amazing. I use it with my own children, and I wish that there was some way to just treat all the children, because so much of the work that I do is with old trauma and old wounds. And once we become adults, those things have been buried so deep in our story and have created so many problems along the way that it's really time consuming to dig them out. And we have kind of this regret that kicks in, like, oh my gosh, if only I had known this and dealt with this sooner. And so to think that our children could remove some of those things as soon as they're happening is just incredible. I think a lot of times we give trauma a big T. I'm stealing from the holistic psychologist here, who's wonderful. Follow her on Instagram. But, trauma with a small t, trauma with a capital T, in a way, it doesn't matter because it is affecting us. It's affecting our behavior. It's changing our story in some way. And so, it might be something really substantial, like there was significant loss in their life, or it could be something like, there was some kids teased them at school, but they internalized it in a way that has sunk deep down and has now become a part of their identity and their story. So there is so much to work with there, and yes, by all means, this is for children. All right, the last one for today is, will you be able to read my mind? I love this one. It's so funny. No. I will, however, read your energy. Nothing comes through that, that you're trying to hide and I'm digging in there and finding your deepest, darkest secrets or anything like that. But everyone has what I feel is kind of an energetic fingerprint. And so when I feel into that, I will feel a lot of specific things about you. But no, nothing that you don't want known or seen or anything like that. And I won't read your mind. Okay, that's all I've got for this time. But I would love to hear your questions if you have any. So please leave them below, leave them on my Facebook page, email me at contactme@elishadrake.com. I would love to talk to you about any questions that you have. So thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Bye-bye.